So we've made it to our first night's stay at Cape Disappointment. The girls and I have been here 3 other times, and each time we discover more and more things to see. Let's find out what we discovered this time. So come on to our campsite. Well, here we are at our first night's stay at the beginning of our big trip. We're down here at Cape Disappointment State Park in the south tip of Washington State, just on the northern side of the Columbia River. And we camped at a farther campsite than usual, farther towards the end of all the campsites. And I took this little trail that went through the forest and through the large rocks and stuff around here at this end of the campgrounds, and came out to the beach, and it's beautiful. Thought I'd show you a few things here. Somebody's been mighty ingenious and working mighty hard. But first I want to show you a huge rubber bumper that probably came out of the Columbia River someplace where they moor huge container ships. They use these big donut things for buffers to not damage the dock or the boat. So let me show you. It's right over here. There it is. Those things are huge and they are heavy. And then over here, somebody has been watching too much Gilligan Island reruns, because this took a whole lot of effort and teamwork to put this thing together. It's a lot of large logs. Some are twined together with rope, nylon string, and they built themselves an actual little fort here. Pretty ingenious. And yes, stepping in here, it really buffers the wind. It's all dead quiet. Look, they even got themselves a table, made themselves some seats here, seats over there. It appears they may have had a fire over there in the corner, so that would act as a chimney. But yeah, looks like they're getting ready to put a roof on this thing with these timbers. See if we can back out and get a better shot. I'll walk over here in the far corner, give you an idea of just how big this little driftwood fort is. Somebody put a lot of energy into this. I'll give them that. Well, let's go back out to the coast. There's another view of the driftwood fort someone's built. I saw a trail leading into the rocks there in the forest. Thought I'd take that, see where that goes next. So let's do some exploring. Okay, we're just going to follow this trail that we came out on and go back to that trail I saw that looked like it went into a deep cave. There's just trails going all over around these huge rock outcroppings. It's really fascinating. If you've ever studied geology or know any geological history of the Pacific Northwest, it's really amazing. The more you know about the Earth, the more fascinating your journeys are. All right. That's just so strange how that rock looks. Almost like the hide of a lizard or reptile. Oh, let's go up here. I'm really anxious to find out where that one trail went off the side to look like it went right into the rock wall. Disappeared. So, hang on while we do some exploring. Let's see. Here's the trail. All right. Go back here and see where it goes. I see a cave. It looks pretty big. What do you think? Bears? Whoa, look at that. Now that is awesome. And it's little discoveries like these that are exciting. This is a huge cave. Looks like someone's camped in here, made a huge bonfire. Has some rocks they use for tables, and a log they use for a chair. I bet you before the white man was here, this was used by Native Americans or other native people that lived along the coastline. This is one large cave. It's got little holes taken off on each side here. Wonder where that goes. Yeah. Whoa, this is awesome. Yeah, you don't expect to find things like this near your campsite. It's all part of discovery and exploring. You guys never know what you're going to see when you follow us. Because I am just a curious cat. Well, now I better get back and tell the girls about this. They probably want to get out and roam around on the beach. We'll see. Keeps trying to rain. And I don't want wet, dirty, sandy dogs in the rig the first night out. All right. Well, we'll just end this here and I'll walk back to the RV. Well, as typical Washington, we're on the Cape Disappointment here and looking out over the North Jetty and the land that's filled in since 1800s. But I was told that the Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center is open finally after 3 tries and several years of being closed by COVID. So we're going to go in, pay our $5, and check out this museum finally after several tries. Well, I just got out of the Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center. There's the U.S. Coast Guard exhibit, which is free, and downstairs is the very excellent Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center, which is $5, but well worth it. It follows the entire trip of Lewis and Clark, almost day to day, from St. Louis to the Pacific Coast. And it's amazing what they went through compared to what we bitch and moan about in our daily lives today. And we're back out here looking out at the Pacific, and it's got several layers of clouds and fog out there. I'm not sure what to expect going down the coast, but hopefully it won't be as bad as when I was here a couple years ago. It damn near blew me off the bluff up here. The wind was so strong. Well, the girls probably wonder where the heck I'm at, so got to get back down to the parking lot where they're at. On our way down to the parking lot, here are some of the old embankments, minus the huge cannons that protected the mouth of the Columbia. Well, there's our rig down there in the lower parking lot. So go down and check on the girls and head back to the campsite. Kate's getting a chance to play on the beach off leash. I trust her. She'll stay close to me and answers when I call her on voice commands. Kate! Kate, come! Good girl. Okay, come here. Good girl. Here. Well, this time with Sara, I walked northward down to the big rock cliff here. There's all these little tunnels and alleyways between the rock cliff and the huge boulders on the beach, and come across this enormous trunk. Must have been a heck of a storm to put this thing all the way up here and wedge it in the rocks. What do you think, Sara? Sara wants to go exploring. She's already tried to climb the rocks. I think she smells critters or something. But yeah, I just had to show you guys that. That thing's huge. What are you doing, Sara? You on the watch, huh? Well, Sara's made herself right at home. I threw out her favorite little blue pad from home, and she's laying on it, just watching everything moving around her, waiting for dinner. Kate saw something. She went around in front of the van. I can always tell when Kate's in a playful mood. She'll bring one of her toys over and drop them in front of me or on my lap. And that's her favorite teddy bear. She's had that for a long time. The poor bear's missing a couple eyes, a leg, and an arm, but it was well sewed up. And I got that thing for a couple bucks at a Goodwill. Well, it's our first evening of the first day of our trip. I think I wore the dogs out on the beach finally. Kate's plopped over there. Sara's just resting. They've had their dinner, played outside, took them both outside just a while back, walked up the beach to the cliff, and the tide was going out so we could go explore some things. I had to keep them out of the big jellyfish that had washed ashore, but they had a good time. Sara's just wore herself out with all the things she can sniff and look at and watch. Kate's just kind of sometimes bothered by Sara's high level of energy. I think Kate would just like her to calm down. But we got our little pumpkin spice candle going to help mitigate the wet dog smell. And it's light showers now. So we came in from the beach just before it started to rain a little heavier. But still, it's been a pleasant day for our first day. So hopefully the weather will improve a little. Rain less, but we're in Washington State. So tomorrow we get up, have a lazy breakfast, walk around, stretch your legs, and then get ready to take off and head south. So onward we go, southward we go, wherever the wind blows us.